All right, sorry for that. Good afternoon, evening, wherever you might be. Good evening. Welcome into Flying with Mike. We are flying for Sim Air Force today, a CRAF mission, Civil Reserve Air Fleet, from Hotlanta over to Houston. Not intercontinental, but lobby. And I actually enjoy flying. I enjoy flying into these other airports. Yeah, Intercontinental's fine. Everyone goes there. Only those with these orange and blue planes go really into hobby or Dallas love. And that would be Southwest. So, yeah, we're going to take her in there. What do you think? All right, so we are sitting gate Charlie 10. We are at the Atlanta scenery. Hang on a second, just in case. I need a link for, I thought I had the name of it. Nimbus is the name. We're with the Nimbus scenery here. And I'll be honest, it does sometimes make me wonder whether to get others. I will put that out in case Nimbus is listening. Hang on a second. Let me see if I was outsmarted myself. No, I didn't. All right. So there's the scenery in the chat room. It's good scenery. Some of the gates don't have working jetways, or at least I have found. Let me kind of do a quick up into the here. I mean, inside looks pretty good. Again, pretty good. I mean, it's really good scenery, but it's missing, and that's where I kind of have some issues. The other thing is, I mean, it's neat to see people walking about and all in circles, kind of like what people really do in a terminal when their plane's delayed. but, but yeah, there's some things to it that are, for me, perplexing, like this gate. So, anyway, hang on a second. All right, sorry about that, folks. The little one's back from her father's house today, and found she has a rash on her. So they're investigating before going to any kind of a hospital. So any kind of prayers. This poor little kid, always something. And hope she's only one in a couple of months. Not in a couple. She's 1 plus a couple of months. And you know, it's always heartbreaking to see small children like that. So hopefully we get a handle on what's going on. Daycare is always, you know, she is now in daycare, albeit hasn't been there really a whole bunch, just because the way life is, you know, for her. But can't really put the blame there. So, well, we'll just have to kind of work it out. Could be anything from detergents to who knows. I am not a doctor. I don't even play one on Twitch. So anyway, back to the flight. But yeah, if you could keep her in your mind, in your prayers, your hearts, and all, we'd really appreciate it. So we're in the Nimbus, and like I said, there are things about it that I'm just, you know, I'm not overly excited. We get outside. I get a little more, you know, I kind of like a little more of it outside. But I mean, it's a good scenery. I mean, I'm not going to balk and say I wish I hadn't spent the money, but you know, sometimes I do think that. So anyway, we're going to get off the sad news, get on to the good news. Well, secondary good news. Always the good news, Jesus is coming. Can't wait. Jesus is alive. Christ's alive. But today we're flying this great flight from Atlanta to Houston. All right, let's get to work. Now, one thing I will say I kind of like about Nimbus is the working signboard. It does say the time, VOD walk every flight on time. Temperature 31. I forget what the other numbers are. But anyway, I think that's kind of neat. All right, so let's get to work. That's what you all are here for. The scenery is just eye candy to me. I don't really get all wrapped up into the scenery. I get wrapped up into flying, and that's what we're going to do here. All right, so we have the plane getting boarded. Actually, it's got all cargo and all fuel aboard. Let's head up top and get a fuel switch on. Get this plane cooling down. Making sure I didn't. There it goes. All right. So we'll come back, put the people on here in a minute. So what I normally do, I come in, put the display for the IRS on heading status, and right now it's not showing it. Well, it is. It's the status code right now for aligned, but it would tell you how many minutes to align once you turned your units on. And then I go through and make sure everything's good here. Here, which ultimately boils down to the battery switch, the standby switch both on. We have the aircraft on ground power. Otherwise, you wouldn't see any light bulbs on. Ground power on the AC/DC switch, and hydraulic pumps off. Window heat on, probe heats off. And I'm just going down the list here. And we've got our IRS or FMS ready to load. All right, hang on. I'm going to pan up just a tad. Let's go to 20, go to plan. And what I do that for is so we can go through here and check our route. All right, let's request it. Now, if you have a SimBrief account, go into the Zibo aircraft. We're flying LevelUp. However, there is a way to link the Zibo files into your LevelUp. So read the Zibo to find out how to link how to use your SimBrief account to be able to load the flight like this. All right, cruise winds are in. All right, so what we have to do first and foremost, they're wanting us to go to 6 left. Let me see first. Did anyone ever pop up? No. I would hope they would be at the top of the list. Oh, but approach did. Why haven't I gotten a PDC? That's interesting. All right, we'll see how that's going to play out here in a minute. Let me pull up the oh, yeah, it does help to import a flight into NavGraph. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and get ATC on here as well. Oh, that's good. He hasn't put an ATIS out yet, so we'll use real world for now. What are we on? Here's departures. Expect 27 right. Wait a minute. The simultaneous departures 26 left, 27 right. I would prefer 27 right. Only because that's the half of the field we're at. Let me show again. Okay. So here we are. That's the 27s down there. Over on the north side here, that's the 26s. So yeah, I really would prefer 27. All right, so we'll make the change here. And the good thing is our departure remains. The KHOU departure STNGA, whatever. All right, so what we're gonna do, and we'll make that request on initial contact. Of course, we could have always done that to start with. All right, so we got to switch. So we're going to go here. Next page, 27 right. What's our departure again? Cajun. All right, and then we go to legs. Stepping it off, let's see. So what we'll get is probably an RNAV to slaw, and then we fly the departure out. Unless he's going to be... Ah, there's our PDC. What'd he give us? Oh, went away. Why didn't I get... Oh, I know. No, why didn't I get beeps? Okay, just checking. Why didn't I hear beeps? Interesting. Interesting. Hang on, I'm going to... Even though I do not think this had anything to do with it. All right. All right, so our route Atlanta, Cajun 2, STNGA. Okay, that all looks good. 34,000 cleared. Cajun 2 departure. Departure with 33. And he didn't say anything about a runway. How about that? Usually they would. Okay, well, we're doing it. So slaw, hang on. Slaw, Wiesik, Cajun, Sting. Okay, and then it's MHC to Alexandria. And then from Alexandria, we are headed to the Wapple 7 arrival for runway 22. Currently, localizer approach in use, landing, departing, runway 22. Okay, that tells me exactly what I need to know. All right, first thing, I'm going to go ahead, get our arrival set up. Is there only a localizer for that? Hang on. Well, I'll be doggone. Well, we'll do the RNAV then. Well, maybe not. I'm not liking that. What the heck are we flying? Okay, Wapple, Clawson, Sway, SWWAA, and then I'm like totally lost. Is that it? No. Why am I going all the way down here for 2-2? Thoroughly confused, as you can tell. All right, we're going to just do the localizer. I guess we're going to head back on vectors to KHOU. Wow. Okay, this is getting kind of wonky really quick. And we're doing the all right, legs. Okay, unfortunately for Boeing, you got to go through them all again to make sure. Well, hang on, let me try that again. Okay, I thought I saw discontinuity I missed. Okay. Okay, everything's looking good to Wapple. And I do this for a reason. I really have been caught off guard in flight. Clawson, SWWA, pushing. Bugsy, Pritch. Oh no, we come up to right wing, sorry. And then, see, that's what I mean. MAAHH, this is just so weird. Okay, and then on the localizer, KHOU, AVAS, okay, AVAS, 1,600 feet, and in out to Alcola for missed approach. All right, go back to route. Now I am going to reach over here. Okay, boarding set chime switch to on. And now we're boarding. Yeah, I know. Usually I show that. Now I'm just kind of talking it through here. But hey, people coming on. Let's head back. Go back up here. I hate when dinner starts to come back at me in the form of hiccups. Okay, let's do performance initialization. Request it. Sim toolkit takeoff. Preferred 2-7 right. If we have to switch, we will. Okay, load. And that's all you'll do here. There is no accept or anything. It's basically whatever your airplane's at's what it's going to give you. Before I get too far into the flight, let's fire up ACARS. I had a feeling it would do that. And that's why I came prepared. All right, give it a second here to auto load and start. And then we'll get back into the flight. Perfect. And you know me, I got to do the ultimate final check. There we go. All right, we are definitely online. Hang on a second, folks. Okay, we just had a weird screen come up that we had to check and clear. All right, everything looks good now. We're ready to rock and roll. Okay, so we have yet to bring in some toolkit. This is an excellent time to do so. An interesting side note. We only loaded like 134 peeps, but we did load the 10,000 pounds of cargo, which you're about to see here as we do this. All right, so here we are, and approach is not showing. Interesting. Always something. Anyway, so here's our route down. We got some thunderstorms as we get over here towards Houston. We'll see how that all plays out. All right, so today's loadout, it's 134 people and 10,000 pounds of cargo. We did load 42,520 pounds. We do have this zero fuel weight, all confirmed. Block fuel at 19,025 pounds. So we're looking good. We're going to fly to cost index of 5 at 34,000. One thing to note, 737 drivers, I don't care what sim you're on, pay attention to your speeds. Some of you out there think, well, I've got the cost index in, heck, I'm good to go. And approach or center or whatever keeps telling you maintain at least 280 or higher, because you're probably doing about 240 to 260. So pay attention in the cockpit, pilots. We ran into that with the FedEx event, me and another guy. And it was very frustrating that they flat out just what I'm not the cause of the problem. You know, the me first attitude out here. Oh, sometimes as you can tell, sometimes irritates me. Bet you couldn't tell. All right, 7.3. All right, so that takes care of the payload, the weather out there. It's a little frightful here in Atlanta. We got towering cumulus distance south-southwest, moderate cumulus distant. So, I mean, it's not bad. Winds are 250 to 11, 10-mile visibility, and really clouds are just a few here and there, except for the reported towering cumulus. Out in Houston, Winds are 200 at 10. Hence why we're landing runway 22. It's a balmy, oof, it's always balmy in the south. Almost 90 degrees still. 200 at 10, we've already gone over. A few clouds here and there. And some CB action, northwest moving to the north. So I'm assuming this here, I know it's never a good thing to assume in flying, is what's moving north. Should not, quote, be a factor. We'll find out when we get there. We're on VATSIM, as we already know. So we're going to now, with Sim Toolkit, I'm going to show you a little neat trick here. Now, I've tied it into my Sim Toolkit here, Sim Brief. So I'm just going to go view the flight plan. Here it is. Here it is. And I'm going to go to takeoff performance. Change runways to 27 right and calculate. There's our takeoff information. Bet you weren't expecting that, some of you. So yeah, it is a really good tool now to really have the sim brief. Now, it's not tied direct into your 737, but it is nonetheless available. And I hear the jetway pulling away. Means they're ready to go. 153, 156, 162 for departure will be our numbers.
All right, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
And there's the door. Okay. All right. Now, 34,000. Everything looks good here. This all loaded in. Go to N1. Let me pull Sim Toolkit down. Okay, so we were looking at a flaps 5 departure, takeoff, just takeoff. Okay. We'll climb out, climb 2. Oh, they're going to say climb 1. Okay, we'll do it. And 49. Let's see if that changes the equations. Climb 2. Take off. Grab the CG. Go to the next page. Runway winds. 240 at 9. I hate when it does that. Runway slope. We can get that off Sim Toolkit as well. Up 3s. Is that right? Up, or was that a negative? Up 2.9, rounded up. 3. I'm sorry, 0.3. Diagonal runway heading, 275. A lot of you don't even know this page exists. I do. I enjoy using it. Back here, we said flaps 5. And we said 153, 156. Oh, 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 oh. You got to click them in, Captain. 162. All right, and we'll turn the QRH off, and there's our numbers. We're about ready to go. Okay, catching up here real quick. I do have the, oh, did I turn the bleed on? Okay. Okay, flight director's on. 27. Oh, wait a minute. First things first. 162. Okay. Initial climb on our departure clearance was okay. Cajun 2 transition. Maintain 10,000. Okay, flight directors are on. We're set. Gears down. 3 green. Everything looks good here. Fuel cutoff. Parking brake set. And I am going to put in our departure. Make sure we don't have any towers. And get our ATIS. Now they have one. All right, departure is Oscar. All right, we're switching over. There is no ground control. 133. Atlanta approach southwest. I'm sorry, correction. Sim Air Force 18 requesting clearance. Oh, correction. We already have our clearance. We have Oscar ready to push back. Stands C10. Sorry.
Sim Air Force 18 Atlanta departure. G'day. Push and starts at your discretion. Call me for taxi.
Push and start at my discretion. We'll call for taxi. Is it okay to push to face for 27 right?
AFAB.
Some Air Force 18 copies, pushing to face towards 27 right. Thank you. Cool. All right. I hate when I get a PDC. I love them. Don't get me wrong. They throw me off so bad, as you can tell. Oh my goodness. All right. All right. Now it's time to add some levity here. We need it. It's one of those days. Okay, we're on time and we're gonna be early out of the gates. We said 1930 or 0030 Zulu. Hey, we're 15 minutes early. How about that? So let's do it. Tree. Oh, wrong tree. Okay, first, always make sure we're on the generator. We are. Okay, so go over here. Disconnect. Better push back. You know what? I'm not going with them. I am going to use the onboard. Been having a lot of issues with LevelUp, and you know what? It'd just be better off to go this route.
Captain, let me know where you want this thing.
I always hate this. Think if I park it right there.
Great news, Captain. Your tow's coming.
Okay, everything's set up here. Fuel pumps coming on.
All right. Looks like the doors and hatches are closed and we're ready to connect.
Hang on. Okay, we're all set. Altitudes, everything looks good. Seatbelts on. Here we go.
Welcome aboard, Captain. Toes connected, bypass pins inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Break off.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
Okay, here we go. Brown over blue. South Simmer. You know, I could have got away with Southwest. But I'm trying to make sure we get all the credit we can to Sim Air Force since they've been struggling a little bit on VATSIM. So that's why we're going to go with Sim Air Force in a Southwest airplane. Yes, in real life, they would be under their correct call signs. Oh, we actually have center take. But you would be correct there, brown over blue. I could have gone Southwest. Okay, after start, packs are on. Now they are. Engine starts are in.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the left.
Sorry.
Take it easy and have a safe flight.
Okay, gens are on. Hydraulics are on. We'll go here. APU bleed off. We're off the generator. We're off on the APU, and isolation valves back to auto. And flaps. Believe that's going to be flaps 5. Auto brake RTO. Engine starts to continues. One click to the right, and we're ready to taxi, I believe. And approach Sim Air Force 18. We're ready to taxi for 27 right.
Go ahead for approach.
Atlanta approach, could you repeat?
I think you cut out. Can you say again your request?
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Sim Air Force 18, we're ready to go. Taxi 427 right.
Sim Air Force 18, runway 27 right, taxi via Lima, Lima Alpha.
Via Lima, Lima Alpha to 27 right, Sim Air Force 18. Real quick, Lima's going to be the first one. Lima Alpha, the end. Okay, got it. Flaps are at 5. Hey, hey, hey. Hang on a second. I think I got you mute. I did. Welcome, sir. Little level up action for you.
Yeah, I've been flying these smaller planes, man.
You have?
No, I said you.
Where were you yesterday when I had the Queen of the Sky in the air?
Oh, you were on yesterday?
Yeah, Friday.
I didn't see you.
I tell you, got to open your eyes.
I didn't get home from work until like 7.
Likely excuse.
Whatever.
Whatever. So what's up, sir?
Not much. Just doing a flight.
Well, we're headed from Atlanta to Houston. More than welcome to come along with VATSIM. Well, at least for Atlanta. I don't know if we have any more yet.
I took off from Charlotte and gone to Minneapolis.
Minneapolis. Ooh. Nice flight. They got an event going on, I heard, up there or something.
Not my game.
Not yours, huh? You're not on VATSIM, huh?
Well, I think there's a, like, isn't Oshkosh next week or something?
Yeah, but if they somebody was saying Minneapolis. Now that could be Oshkosh. Well, Oshkosh is kind of on the border, so it could be. You know, who knows? But yeah, that starts. Yeah, this weekend I think, or next week, one of the two.
Yeah, next week.
It's one of my I've got to get to's. Got to do.
Do they ever, like, have it on YouTube or anything?
I'm sure there are. I know there's some actual. The fun part is to actually watch the way they get all that general aviation in there. That is a trip. They're landing aircraft on runways with aircraft on the runway. It's a trip to watch. There's a whole procedure on what to expect if you're going to fly yourself in a plane to Oshkosh for the event, for the party, which I would love to do one year. First off, I got to get a plane. 2, got to get my license recurrent, and then I might be able to do it. Oh, and get a medical. Have a doctor say, hey, he's physically fit.
Do you need a license for, like, one of them gliders?
You would still need, I think, either a glider license or a sport license. I just got to get my private pilot recurrent. But I think for me, it's going to take a little bit because I have been out of the real world flying for a long time.
I really hope that update comes out soon.
It should be.
Like, I've been, like, I don't know, like, I thought it was going to come out, like, Friday. Like,
No, the
yesterday.
full release was Friday. So I knew it wouldn't be that day. Sunday night Monday is a possibility. But they may, you know, because of Oshkosh. But hey, Austin doesn't have me on his speed dial, so I don't get that, you know,
He should.
Yeah, he should, but he's probably going, who? Who is that guy? He's the guy that crashes your aircraft when he flies it. No. Actually, no, I don't. I did pretty good that one day. I think you were on watching.
Didn't like he have like people like on his team that he hired, and then they all went to Microsoft?
That rumor, I have no idea. I'm just taking in this Atlanta scenery.
I'm pretty sure that Swiss dude, like he went to Microsoft.
I would love to join the team and get paid as long as I don't have to move. But like I said on the flight yesterday, I don't know coding, programming and all of that. So I'd be just what you see here. Okay, what'd you do to it? Well, here we go. Let's go see if it worked. All right, which one of these bad boys is Lima Alpha? All the way to the end. That makes it simple.
Did you ever try to like go back into the X-Plane store and under to where that St. Louis airport's at, like typing in like a review?
No, and I probably should. But will it do any good? Will the developer get a hold of me?
18 RNAV to
I mean, with
Hang on,
that
hang on.
comment,
27 right, clear for takeoff.
Sorry, sir, missed the RNAV2, but understand clear for takeoff.
RNAV to SLA.
I mean, with that Mike comment, you'll probably have
Cop.
a better chance.
Copy. RNAV to SLA, clear for takeoff, 27 right from Lima Alpha. I'm sorry, what was that there, Godspeed?
I said with that review thing, you might have a better chance.
True.
I mean, you're not like dissing their product; you're just trying to improve it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna have to see if I can put a screenshot and all of that in, so they can see what I'm, talking about. I know Philly does it a little. All right, folks, we're cleared for takeoff. As soon as I get my plane lined up here.
and like I was telling you before, I think the last time it was updated was like December, like something 2022. So it's about 3 years out of date. And with the X-Plane team upgrading like the graphics, I mean,
knots. V1. Rotate positive right. Gear up.
I know what I forgot to do.
400.
All right.
1000.
I hate when it does that. And approach Sim Air Force 18 airborne through 3300.
Sim Air Force 18, radar contact, climb maintain 14000, clear direct Cajun.
Clear direct Cajun up to 14,000, Sim Air Force 18. Why are you doing that? Hey, look at that. It finally clicked in. Okay, flaps are up, brakes are off, and one too high. Okay, all right. Sorry about that, Godspeed. A lot going on there from clearance to the to flight.
Oh, I get it.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right, TCAS, that's what I forgot. Also,
Sim Air Force 18, no further ATC frequency change approved. Have a good day, sir.
I forget what light mod that I put in
all
here,
right,
but
Sim Air Force 18 over to Unicom. Thanks for the great job. He's kind of tough to figure out. Anyway, sorry about that. I think he's done talking.
this Drishel Mac light mod, I like it.
Hang on a second. What's brown over blue saying here? Do you have yoke movement triggers? Oh, you are correct. That's a good possibility. Let's find out. Where would that be? Auto flight?
Has there been a new update for these aircrafts?
Not for either of them, actually. Zebo has actually been really quiet.
They're probably taking a break until this weather update drops, so that way they can update all their terrain and weather radars or whatever. Might be a good possibility.
I'm trying to see if this nope, not there. Realism. Yoke movement. I don't know if that's it or not.
How's it to go?
Ah, I'm off his frequency. I can continue.
Yeah, I'm actually doing a flight right now for Millennium.
Are ya?
Yeah.
I love flying for them. It's just so laid back.
I just wish they actually had some painters for X-Plane.
Well, have you looked at their 737 Zebo?
I mean, I already had that one, but like I wish, for their Airbuses and stuff.
Well, that's interesting because they do say they have one, but no, they don't. Hang on, Brown. I think auto flight. Yes, turn that one off. Okay. Thank you, sir. Hit the right one. Oh, no, wait, we're not done yet. We got to go back, hit save. All right, folks, all right, we survived. Oh, we leveled off. Doggone it. I hate when that happens. Let me try this. Perfect. All right, we're on our way. Let me make sure I didn't miss any more in the checklist. Auto brakes, starts, altimeters. I don't think I ever set those. I'm a bad pilot. I don't even know what the altimeter was, to be honest. 3011. Oh no, I didn't set that. Oops. Perfect. Thank you, Brown over Blue. Appreciate the co-piloting there. I'd say flight engineering, co-pilot being Godspeed here over, but you know, we'll take it. Any help we get from y'all. Hang on a second. Okay, hang on. I'm going to turn your all's sound down. And mine. Ooh. And you wanted me to go to the cockpit windows. Anyone in particular? Brown over Blue. Oh, I saw that earlier. Hang on. Let me try some. Oh, well, that might work. It actually, from the outside, looked open. Obviously not. But I have noticed that. Had to fix my Southwest liveries. Oh my goodness. Well, you know, they are flying into the hot sun, so having no window helps them out. Of course, he would need to be on oxygen. That is wild. Oh, that is wild. So remove the glass texture from the objects folder. Well, first off, you know it's Southwest Airlines. And they're known for, you know, cutting corners any way they can. So, like I said, they're flying into the sun, so I'm sure they're a bit on the warm side, and many pilots don't like that, so they open the window at 34,000 feet. Feel that cool breeze through the air like the Owako pilots did. I'm going to have to, now you're going to make me check other aircraft just to be safe. All right, so we're on our way. Let's see here. Got about an hour and 14 minutes. So again, at the beginning, I made mention we had a quick interlude there for a second. My wife went over to help my youngest daughter, the little one she has a rash, and it's just been one thing. Poor little kid, only a year and a couple of extra months onto that, and just like almost every other week or so, she's headed, either to the doctor's office or to the. So now they're going to the ER just to have her checked out because all the urgent cares and all are closed at this hour. And it's a Saturday on top of it. So your prayers, thoughts, and all very much appreciated for her. Hopefully she could turn the corner and be like a little kid like we're all used to seeing, those 1-year-old toddlers. Even though I think she's trying to act like she's in the terrible twos already. But, and then there's the rest of her life where she may be 2, but she'll say, I'm 22. Appreciate it there, brown over blue. So anything pre-2025, I will have to look into that. And since I'm not part of a Southwest Airlines organization, probably won't be. I've got 5 I got to stay current with. That can be a challenge. Thankfully, 2 of them don't have to be every 30 months or 3 months. No, wait, every month. Sorry, I'll get it right eventually. They're 45 and 90, I think, days. But just trying to keep current with just that is tough. So that's why, and I've really been tempted to try out a Southwest Virtual, I think is the one I was looking at. So I've really been tempted. I just trying to stay current with all of these can get tough. And some of them, Sim Air Force included, have not just 1 flight rule, but you got to have 2 hours. And that's a lot to do with the virtual special ops designation they have, and a lot of stuff that goes into being that. So, and I'm flying a CRAF mission. I've already flown 1 flight already for them this month. Actually, it was the spur of the moment. From Newfoundland to Greenland. that was fun. So I thought, what the heck? Let's go from Atlanta to there with some soldiers for Ellington Field. If you're not familiar with Ellington Field, President G.W. Bush. That was the airfield he worked out of when he was in the reserves. Another interesting note about that group. When 9/11 occurred, he was, we all know, Sarasota, Florida, somewhere in Florida. I think it was Sarasota. But anyway, wherever he was in Florida, not really important. There's a great video of the pilot of Air Force One many years after the flight, talking about that day, what they went through in Air Force One. And the first fighter group to join up on them was Ellington in Houston. His old group. I found that always interesting. Nope, but we're gonna go into hobby instead of Ellington just because. Just because. Because. All right. So where ist thou at currently there, Mr. Godspeed?
What's that? Sorry, I'm playing this word game.
Playing a word game. What?
Yeah.
You're not paying attention to your plane?
Well, I'm at 3,000 feet right now, and I got like 100 miles to go.
You're at what are you flying again?
Well, I figure it's better to be early than totally fly over your airport.
At 3,000 feet.
I mean, I didn't say they did this in real life.
Wow. All the way over to Memphis or to Minneapolis from Charlotte at 3,000.
Plus, I'm burning some fuel because I have a lot of fuel, and I don't.
I would say you're going to burn a lot of fuel. Although you're going against the winds anyway at aloft if you even got them turned on. Speaking
I
of,
should have like 2.5 gallons of fuel left before I land. So that's pretty good.
so 2.5 gallons of fuel.
Yeah. Is that bad?
If it's actually 2.5 gallons, you could very easily run out. But that's cool. Or are you saying like 2.5, meaning 2,500 pounds?
2,700 pounds.
That's what I was thinking. Okay. But when you said 2.5 gallons, you know these aircraft will burn a gallon of fuel pretty quick. You know, that's how I remember when I flew, and I think we still do that with light aircraft by gallons per hour. Oh, could you imagine doing that in an airliner? Woo, 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 woo. Nice sunset ahead. I decided I was going to fly it at 9 o'clock in the morning.
I got sunset too.
But I decided I'm going to go ahead and rough it since it's takeoff and hope for a pretty decent, you know, atmosphere for landing. All right, we're at altitude, so okay, everything just rechecking. You know, it gets me. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I wonder if maybe there's a sound. Okay, not there. Wonder what built-in ground service is. Wonder if that's like an add-on.
Yeah, it's like built-in ground services. It's like to call the trucks and all that.
The stuff that comes to the plane?
Yeah, like your.
Oh my gosh.
Airs.
Are you kidding me?
What?
I've been wondering why I haven't been seeing them. I can't turn them on. That's why I think I'm just going to stick with,
I mean, they work for me.
yeah, no, they used to work for me too, and now all of a sudden they don't. I think I screwed something up, so I may have to get rid of it and come back.
Do you have that Samsung plugin? Sam's plugin or whatever.
Yeah,
it's called?
I've got that.
That should work. Maybe you need a clean slate.
That's what I'm thinking. Get rid of it, come back, and maybe I
That's
put
what I did.
Zebo in wrong and it screwed it up. Memphis wants to talk to me. What? All right, let's get down here. What did they say?
Okay, I need less than 900 this time for a landing rate.
What am I trying to do here? Memphis is 32.5.
Club 563, runway 16 left, clear 2
And this
lane,
landing is going to
12108.
stink because this sounds like right in my eye.
16 left, Club 563. Southwest 1650, Indy Center is offline, frequency change approved. Have a good flight.
Might need my shades for this.
Good evening, Memphis. Sim Air Force 18 with you. Checking in 34,000.
Southwest 1650, Indy Center is offline, frequency change approved. Good day. Switching to unit context for the service Southwest 1650, see ya. Section 2332, descend via the Ryman 2, arrival landing south, and Nashville altimeter 3004. The last ATIS is Alpha.
Information Alpha, descend via the Ryman 2 arrival, extension 2332.
Delta 2724, contact Kansas City Center 125.72.
Oh boy.
17, Delta 2724. Air Force 18, Memphis Center, ident.
Sim Air Force 18 identing.
American 318, leaving my airspace. Atlanta Center is offline, frequency change approved. Over to Unicom, American 318, have a good night. Air Force 18, radar contact 80 miles northeast of Meridian, maintain flight level 340.
Yeah, we'll maintain flight level 340, Sim Air Force 18.
That is 226, Fort Worth Center is offline, frequency change approved, good flight. Centers, good evening, November 1 Echo Foxtrot on the ground at Little Rock, requesting IFR TTL list. Information taken. Southwest 4757, maintain flight level 320.
Maintain flight level 320, Southwest 4757.
And for those of you that weren't here yesterday, you missed some real good fun. Duluth Fly came in, cheering, and I think he raided, and then kicked a hype train off by gifting a sub, and it was just awesome yesterday. What a day. We were hoping for another Kappa Gold run at a hype train, but didn't happen. But hey, it was a fun flight. Detroit to Orlando, and we had fun. That was a really fun flight.
I got a -200 landing and I had no flaps down.
Nice, good job. No flaps, huh?
No flaps.
Good job.
But I used all the runway.
And then some, I'll bet.
132.55, but you're already on the frequency, so it's all good. November 1 Echo Fox Tower, reback
Still
correct
stay
runway
on the
22 right advisory
concrete.
taxi.
Now that's good to hear. Good to hear you made it. You're in there. You got a decent landing. I'm gonna go check out Millennium just to see.
So again for 4757. Can you turn 30 degrees left, please? 30 degrees left, and new heading is going to be 290. Exit 2332, turn 30 degrees left for traffic.
30 degrees left, extension 2332.
Exit 2332, traffic 2 o'clock and 15 miles northwestbound, Boeing 737-310 for 320.
Welcome extension 2332.
Flew on America West.
757, traffic 10 o'clock, 10 miles southeastbound. It's a, probably some type of citation. Yep, I'm correct. Flight level 320. Southwest 4757.
Flying for America West, huh?
Center Echo 563 off at
What was
Charlie
that?
2 at,
See, you flew an America West flight.
Club 563, safe parking.
No, I should be in a
Eastside FBO, right
US
here up at
Air.
Charlie.
Well, same thing.
563, taxi
Amer-
to the ramp via Charlie.
America West bought U.S. Airways, then U.S. Airways at under the name, keeping the name U.S. Airways. Then U.S. Airways bought American. We had a question. I have been out of the real world cockpit since about 1985. Life just, for a 20-year-old, just went out of, you know, like most 20-year-olds, just direction and everything went out of control. And missed it, wished I could get back in, but now at my age, yeah, they don't want me. Granted, they raised, I believe, the retirement age, but it's only like 5 years, so that's okay, from 60 to 65. But yeah, you know, my dream, I may have blown it back in my 20s, but I can't complain one bit. God closed that door, opened the door to a beautiful family, and oh, there were still some more ups and downs, but boy, it's amazing when you just allow the Lord to do it. Oh, I know about the recreational license now. I'm going to get back in with my private. I've got it. I might as well. I just got to get some ground school. And for me, I don't necessarily have to, but I want it because the airspace and all changed. And a few hours with an instructor to get my biannual up to date. And of course, my medical. I think I can pass that. Last time I did this, 10 years? No. 15 years ago I tried and wasn't able to get the loan to be able to go to a flight school. I passed a class 1 class 1 physical. That's the kind of physical the airline pilots have to pass. So, granted, 15 years, the body can go to Woo, go every which way but
November 1
loose
Echo
in that
Foxtrot,
much
runway
time.
22 right, taxi via Foxtrot.
Thankfully, my physical a couple days ago,
United 49, contact Kansas City Center. The frequency is 134.3 today.
134.3, United 49 Heavy. Have a good night.
gotcha, I understand. Basically saying under the basic med, you can renew your private cert. There's some factors involved, but a
1477, Nashville 8 is Bravo's now current
lot
advisory of
easier
Bravo.
than trying to get that third class, which most private pilots have.
1477.
Yeah, I
November 1
actually
Echo
went after a
Foxtrot,
first
the
class.
Little Rock 8 is Victor's now current advisory of Victor.
Oh, some of it I just kind of laughed at. But, you know, that's
8 is
what
Victor's current at Little Rock advisory of Victor.
I was a trucker, and I know how physicals, they try to help you out. Uh-oh. Do I have traffic? Is he trying to get a hold of me? All right, let me look at that scope again. All right, let me try this VATSIM radar. Try and track down this aircraft ahead of us. Okay, so we're gonna pass right here.
November 1 Echo Foxtrot, just advise when you're ready for departure, please.
Roger, world class 1 ready.
United 1477 is going to maintain 5,000, then reduce speed to 210.
Alright, 5,000 and then 210 for 1477.
Sector 2332, 8 is Bravo's current. Expect ILS runway 20 right approach.
Information Bravo, expect ILS 20 right, correction, extension 2332.
Oh, okay.
Memphis Center, good evening, Delta 2612 holding short 20 right, ready for departure.
Delta 2612, Nashville Tower, hello, fly runway heading, runway 20 right, clear for takeoff. Correction. No, I was right, runway 20 right, clear for takeoff, fly runway heading, Delta 2612.
Iowa flight runway heading, clear for takeoff, 20 right, Delta 2612.
Delta 2806, the line is offline, frequency change approved. Just keep a lookout for them, they like to pop online in their random times, and they're pretty busy, so we'll see.
Roger, 26, thanks very much to the ATC. See ya.
At a 462,
Sorry.
same for you. Atlanta's offline, but they tend to come
Sorry
on at
for a
random
little
times.
quiet
Frequency
there.
change
I'm
approved. Keep
kind
an eye
of.
out for 'em.
462, we'll look for Atlanta.
Ah, my phone's trying to
Delta
die
919
on me.
forward center is offline, frequency change approved.
Switch to com Delta 919, thanks for your ATC. See ya.
See you.
Up there's the traffic we're looking for. See if I've. Oh, he just buzzed under us. If I've held a first class before, it should be pretty easy to get. There are limitations, of course. No flying more than 6 passengers total.
Number 1 Echo Foxtrot on departure. You can proceed on course. Runway
I don't
22
think
right
I've
clear
ever
for
flown.
takeoff.
Oh no, I did. I did fly some Cherokee 6s
On course, clear for takeoff.
and Saratogas. So yeah. Oh wait, passengers, not pilot. That would be 7. Wow. Yeah, one of these days I hope to re-explore it and get into it. I really just don't have the money right now. I mean, when I left flying, now comparable costs factoring in inflation. However, I flew for an Air Force Aero Club. So
2612 radar contact. Stay altitude.
the rates were a lot cheaper than normal.
Delta 2612, thanks. Maintain 4,000 for traffic. You can start your
$30 range, 172s, Warriors and Archers. Bump it up a little for an Aero.
Maintain 5,000 for traffic, and you can stable.
I think
start
it's
stalling,
like
please.
50 or something back then for the Saratogas. Today,
At 1477, maintain 5,000 for
You'd
traffic.
be lucky
Reduce speed to
for
180 now.
$100 an hour for the plane, 25 if you're lucky for the instructor. Oh yeah,
Delta
it's just so
2612, climb and
expensive.
maintain 15,000.
Up to 15,000 for Delta
It's
2612.
ever so slightly cheaper if you own the plane, but the problem that comes in with that is ownership has more costs on top of it. And it's just, with everything, it's just, oh my gosh.
At 1477, fly present heading, descend and maintain 2,500.
And that's ultimately what's led to why I haven't gotten back into the real world.
Air Force 18, Houston Center is offline. Frequency change approved. Good flight.
Sim Air Force 18, over to Unicom. Thanks for the ATC. See ya.
Exit 2332, turn left heading 150, descend and maintain.
What have we got in Houston? We got nothing. Either we flew out of range or Atlanta. Wow, he turned me loose that far away? Thank you, sir. Wow. Hey, we'll take it anytime they'll do that for us. I am still within his territory pretty decent. I guess down here in the bottoms, they don't get too nervous about it, but boy. All right, well, 41 minutes ago, we pushed the throttles forward on the runway. And we are 40 minutes out of Houston. So, great day, great flight, great bunch of people today. Just love it. Thank you all so much. It's actually been a pretty good day. Work didn't go, I mean, it went like work does every day. But it just didn't feel like it was pushing hard on my body today. Really, I needed a day like that, cleaning floors and stuff. All right, so runway 22. Again, if you were not here in the beginning, this is a kind of, we're going to go through it in case Houston comes up, and in case they don't, what we're going to need to do. All right, so let me bring charts in here. All right, by the way, there's why I was saying we're still pretty well into Memphis. Again, thank you for cutting us loose early. Alexandria is where we start the star. On the Wapple 7 arrival, basic quick look at it, we'll go to Brick, Wapple, Wilmore, Clawson, SWWA, I'm sorry, don't have anything for it, SWA, Pushin, Bugsy. All right, then we head down here to right wing, out to Ma, and then we'll kind of fly a downwind out to grab the localizer in on 2-2. Really, really weird. I have to say, this is probably, you normally get them like this one, where they come off like Ubiter, and then you'll fly the vector and then come over here and come right in. This one, we're going to actually kind of button hook back, if you will, elongated button hook. Kind of weird. Just don't know why. But, hey, I'm not the one that created it. I just got to fly it. So, anyway, for the localizer, for those of you out there that love this like me, across the top's your frequencies to expect, if any come up. However, I think, well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead, get the CTAF real quick. .CTAF KHOU 18.7. We'll go ahead and start with that in case something comes up. We'll change it. My luck, I'll forget to go to it. And basically what I'm doing is just trying to get one step ahead of the game. Okay, our localizer today, 1099. IOIB is the identifier. So if you know Morse code, you kick on the volume for the nav1, you'll get to hear it punch out the Morse code for that. Approach course 221, Avos, which is 4.5 miles out, 1,600 feet. Because we're just on a localizer, that's why the decision altitudes are higher. We're looking at about 459. I'll put in 460. I don't think weather-wise will be an issue. We'll get that in a minute. Granted, I probably should have done that first, but we'll get it. Missed approach is straight away to Akola, and here's the vertical profile. Well, we're going to come in here somewhere between 12 miles and 5 miles to intercept the localizer at the proper altitude, descending down a 3.5 degree or 3.05 degree track. We'll probably be at 140, so it'll be 755 feet a minute, and trying to get to missed approach point. We'll expect Mulder Pappies on the Mulder for the approach lights, Pappies on the left. And again, our minimums to be able to accept the approach, we have to have at least 400 or 500 broken or overcast. They don't go into any You can't get a METAR to read 459. So we'll raise it up to 500 if it's, I mean, we can go to 459, but we have to have a METAR at least 500. And for this plane, 1 mile visibility. Wait, is this category C or B? I think this one's B, so 3/4. I'm thinking probably ARF index, firefighting index. Okay, now with all of this in play, the one number I have not gotten, let me get this off the page, is our gate. The Airbuses would allow me to get the gate. Not so.
I got restart. I'll be right back.
Okay. ATL. HOU. Southwest only. I'm using FlightAware for this. Plan on gate 46. Okay, so we're planning gate 46. So we're going to come in Hotel 1, Zulu, work our way around to 46. Okay, pita cake. I lost my pen. Oh, no, there it is. All right. All right, got it written down. Quick note for those of you tuned in here. Tomorrow will be no flight. I know I usually try to do one, but it's my first granddaughter. It's her birthday tomorrow. She'll be 4. And do you think I'm going to miss that boy? If I miss that, I am in so much trouble. So we will be back at it on Monday. I'm planning 2 flights. I don't have my schedule up and I have not yet put them into the board yet at Twitch. But suffice to say, we're going to continue our amazing race recap, if you will. Basically, I take just when they went from one area where they did a lot of challenges to the next location. I don't get involved in any of that. And it's just something I do because it gives me some great flights. So we'll be doing that. And then I've got a special flight. It's only about an hour long. When Godspeed gets back here, I'll let him know as well. We're going to fly the MD-11 passenger version tomorrow. Dallas-Fort Worth to San Antonio. Who'd have thought there'd have been a flight for the MD-11 from Dallas to San Antonio? Hey, it's on their schedule unless they get rid of it between now and then because I said something. But yeah, who'd have thought? So we're going to fly it. And it should be a fun flight. It's like 220 miles. If we get the gear up, I'll be happy. Just kidding. It's just one of those flights in a jet you go, are they even going to get the gear up before they got to put it back down? So, it'll be a fun day on Monday. As is today, Saturday. For some of you, it's already Sunday. But we're flying into Houston's Hobby Airport instead of the big international that everyone loves to fly into. I kind of like Hobby. Midway's a little trickier than it looks, especially when there are citations around that like to take the runway as you're trying to land. Just kidding. That was horrible. Great job by that Southwest pilot realizing what was going on. But yeah, that was bad. I don't even want to know the outcome of that one. I mean, outside of thank God the Southwest pilot picked up on it. I don't want to know what happened to the other crew. In the judicial system of the FAA. But I do like Midway. I like O'Hare as well. To a point, it gets some of the controllers, but overall, I love flying into that airport. But Midway, Hobby, when I can find Mesa for Allegiant and some of the other Allegiant airline hubs, and then, oh my gosh, Santo Dumont down in Rio. Oh, what a fun one. Congagas in Sao Paulo. Oh, those are just so much fun. And so Reagan instead of Dulles. I don't think I've been into Dulles in a very long time. I end up in Reagan all the time. So anyway, we are 27 minutes out and getting closer and closer to Hobby. Descent point will be $114 miles. Let's switch over to this one real quick. Only reason being, we'll go to menu. Is it Incomes? No, D-Link. Always check in. No, which one was it? Yeah, it's got to be D-Link. AOC. Okay, here's our flight log. We pushed back 0019 out of there at 031. And here's our fuels on board. On and off. Okay, now let's go back. Let's request weather. Houston send. And oh, there it is. All right, so Houston 180 at 9, broken 25,000, 34 degrees. No remarks. Okay. So now I'm going to plug what we got. Well, actually, I'm going to look at it another way. All right, so... Oh. Okay, localizer 22 in use, landing, departing 22, ground control combined with takeoff error on 118.7. Okay, well, none of that will apply to us. Okay, What's going on? Okay. For the approach above 24, 27 to 22 at Wobble. Okay. 60 miles out. See if we're going to get any winds. Takes a few seconds. We are. Okay, go back to the descent page. Everything's good. $22. Oh, we're like 70 miles out. Hopefully that won't be a problem. All right, so we're set up for descent here shortly, and hope y'all are ready. We're coming into Houston's hobby. Haven't landed here at night. A lot of these airports I've never landed at night, so ought to be fun. Okay. Real quick, all right, we're all up to date, ready for our descent. So, according to the ATIS and the METAR, it's a beautiful night for us coming into Houston. Winds are 180 at 9-10 mile visibility. Some clouds at 3,500, 20,000, 25,000's the ceiling broken. And I mean, it's 31 degrees. If there's any downside to that, it's 88 degrees. So, I mean, it's hot, muggy, deep south day in the U.S., you know. Quick recap here. We're in the LevelUp 737 under Southwest Airline colors, headed to Houston from Atlanta, and flying, like I said, for Sim Air Force. We're flying what's called a Civil Air Reserve mission, fleet mission. Sorry, I forgot the one of the letters there. CRAF for short, and bringing troops back from hot Atlanta to hot Houston. And the radar is starting to show some weather up ahead. Hang on. Let's see if any of that's showing up on any of the trackers. No. Now let's see what the map shows here in X-Plane. Not really giving us much. Okay. Oh, I wanted to check something. Hang on. I made a change last flight. Why am I not getting frames per minute? Oh, that stinks. I was, oh, I know where I can get it. Maybe. Nope, not here either. Huh. Interesting. All right, we're at top of descent. I'm going to go ahead and initiate it. So we are coming up to Wapple. And we should make our restriction pretty decently. We'll see. And then Wilmer, 21 to 15, Glosson down to 12. Okay. So I'm going to set for 12. All right, let's work on the radios here real quick. 1099. Okay, that's our localizer. And we're looking at 221. All right, we're going now to Wilmer and then closing in. We got some storms just to the south of the field, it looks like. So see how that all translates out. Okay, we're getting set up here for the approach. Like I said, this is kind of wonky. What we gotta do. But that's okay. You know, we just fly it. We don't ride it necessarily. And by the way, there's Intercontinental right ahead of us. Okay, we're beginning. We kind of see our runway. Maybe. Yeah, kind of lit up right here. Looks like that could be our runway. However, we've got to do this little wonky fly down, pass it, come back up, and get into line. So, like I said, we don't ride it, we just fly it. I hope you've all enjoyed the flight. It's been a fun run. We're I'm going to go ahead and call us 10 minutes out. Now's a good time if you're looking to put in predictions of what you think I'll be able to do on this landing. So there's 8,000, and we'll be heading down now to 7,000, so that when we cross right wing, and we'll need to be... Okay, there's our airfield. You can kind of see the green off to the right next to the post here, and also in between the post and the EFB is our airport we're going to. All right, we are now level at 7,000. Okay, I think we're set up here. Flight attendants, take your seats for landing.
To go. To go.
Okay, here we go. Setting up for the approach. And Houston Hobby Airport, Sim Air Force 18, KAFDO initial affix for the localizer 22. Okay, 3 green, brake set, flaps going to 25. And Houston Hobby Airport common traffic, Sim Air Force 18, final approach fix AVOS, runway in sight.
Approaching minimums.
Landing stable.
Minimum. $100. 50. 30. 10.
$80.
And oop, that won't work. And hobby traffic, Sim Air Force 18 off Hotel 2 to the terminal. Stand 46. All right, 250 feet a minute I'm seeing on my phone. Okay, a little bit of a taxi to get in here. All right, welcome to Hobby. All right, let's real quick get her on the gens here. We go through, make sure I didn't miss anything. Okay, generator, wait, that's parking. APU bleed on. Okay, let's get these engines shut down. Come on, this is my one thing, and I think it's just my system. All right, there we are. And as you can tell, the jetway's already connected. And we're in the gate. Great flight, nice time. I had a blast here. Let me take a look here. Okay, it did it again. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Oh, they got us a little harder at 410. Wow, I wonder what they used. Okay, well, you know, we'll take it. We still got in there pretty decent. I felt a little bit of a hard landing. Okay, we'll get that out of here. All right, let's get into a little bit of a debrief here. First off, get rid of that. All right, Sim Toolkit. They had us at 250, 140, and 1.4 Gs. So here's your flight. As you can see, pretty uneventful. Little bit. There's no controllers up now. Wow. They must all be out west. Oh, they're all up here in Minneapolis. Oh, wow. Something is going on in Minneapolis. There's a lot of traffic up there. All right. Well, we're not there. So All right, I'm going to go ahead, pull Sim Toolkit away, bring in LevelUp first. Okay, let's do our complete. $364 feet per minute, 140 knots, 1.2 Gs. I'm going to say a pretty good landing. From this, you can't really tell where I landed on the runway or any of that. By the way, I am expecting a left of the center line. Just so you know, I already figured that. Sim Toolkit, on the other hand, and that's why I like to do it this way, will show us this. And everything in Sim Toolkit, and for now, LevelUp is free. We'll hope for it to stay like that. Volanta went the payware way with a lot of stuff. So, you know, to each their own. I'm not going to sit here and I'm just going to say, me personally, when there's a free item out there, I'm going to go with it usually. So that's why. And I think it's miles ahead of it. Let's complete the flight. All right, up here, Sim Air Force. Even though we flew under a Southwest Airlines aircraft, again, technically, yes, it would have been called Southwest, whatever. But to try to help gen up some business and all for Sim Air Force, I threw my Sim Air Force call out at it. Okay, flight time 2 hours, 600 miles, 4,500 kilograms of fuel. We already know the landing information, but let's look at the full report. Okay, I'm already liking part of it. But the picture is worth 1,000 words when you're trying to improve on your landing. In visual conditions, those big white marks on the runway, they're very visible in the day. Nighttime, they get kind of iffy. That is what we aim for. And that is where I landed. 1,000 feet down the runway, just a little under 1,100 feet. Each of the hash marks you see marked here, we got one here, of course, the big ones here. They're 500 feet apart. So that helps you gauge where you're at on the runway. Now, the green dot obviously is not there, but we were only 9 feet off the center line. So I'm going to go with that being not too bad. Especially at night, I'm usually not the greatest at night flying. And, I was back when I flew. But today, in the sim, it's just hard to get it in that, where I want it. Now, another thing about that landing aiming point here, which I have to go back and look. Hang on. It said Pappy's, right? Yeah. Why did I see VATSIM? I almost went around. For some reason, we had VATSIMs in here. And the big difference between them, Pappy's, they line up in one row. VATSIMs could be 2 or 3 different rows. All doing the same thing to help get you on the glide path visually. But, yeah, that kind of threw me. Like, why did I have VATSIMs? But anyway, your Pappy's, well, we don't have a glide slope on this one. We shouldn't. Let's rephrase that. all aimed to put you on those big white marks. Now, when you get over to places like Europe, I think there's some in the Far East as well. They could be 1,500 feet down the runway, those big visual cues. So just be aware of that. I think they used to be 2,000 feet when I flew in the 80s. Don't quote me on that. This memory isn't like it was back in the 80s. So I could be wrong. But not usual. No. All right. Pitch. We had the nose up one. I'd liked it to have been a little more, so I got to really work on that. Roll and everything looked. I mean, we were right on heading. Everything was. This is an overall a pretty decent landing. So nothing to really complain about. Which no one listens to me anyway when I complain, so it really doesn't matter. But what I do want to say is thank you all. Thank you again so much for being a part of Flying with Mike today. I don't usually, well, I do get up and do some good flights like this during the week and Saturday. I just want to say thank you for the turnout. Thank you for all that were here. Thanks to Brown Over Blue for the insights into my potential for a private, getting my private reinstituted, and and helping me out there with the potential. We're going to try that next time and see if that fixed it. For my autopilot issue on takeoff. That makes total sense, what you said, by the way. Total sense. So I'm pretty sure we got it fixed. And the missing glass on the textures. That was awesome. So, all right. Well, you all have a fantastic night. No stream tomorrow. Gonna be out of town for my oldest granddaughter's birthday tomorrow. Big 4. Not 4-0. Boy, if she was 40, would I even still be here? It's possible. So, anyway, we do thank you. But we will be back Monday. We'll try for our normal start time around 1600 Zulu. You all do the math. For me, it's around 11 o'clock Central U.S. time. And we're going to do a Europe flight and then a U.S. flight. Kind of a fun U.S. flight. So, hope you all can tune in. Hope you all can be there. Hey, I know you got to go back to work. I get it. I go back Tuesday, so I get it. So, y'all have a great night. Hey, God bless you all. And you know the verse of the day that's been scrolling through? Those of you on Twitch for sure will see it. Those of you on YouTube, it'll be on the poster at the end. It is the longest chapter in the entire Bible, Psalm 119 and verse 114. And it goes like this: you are my refuge and my shield. I have put my hope in your word. Let me put that better to where we can understand what's being said. You, being God, are my refuge and my shield. I have put my hope, my faith in your word. Again, we're talking about God, the Israelites, David. Actually, it wasn't David that penned this. But, well, it could have been. I'd have to look it up now. I'm not going to, we're not going to get there. But I really hope you take that to heart. There was a really great devotional in YouVersion today that went with that, and a video presentation of it. Get a chance, watch it. It was spectacular and really you know, why we put our refuge, why, God is our shield. Yet, in the end, when everything's, crashing around us, He's my hope. He will be there. He promises to be there for us. So never lose sight of that God is always there. Never lose sight. Your pride is usually what keeps you from calling on Him. So, again, Psalm 119, 114. So I hope you get into a routine of reading the Bible. The Psalms and the Proverbs are really, the Psalms are a lot of poetry, a lot of the Jewish history is portrayed in there, but there are some of these kinds of verses that just stand out, and we connect really well with them, with the Psalms and Proverbs. So, all right, well, you all have a great night. We'll see you Monday. God bless, and have a fantastic rest of your weekend.